Hello everyone. Welcome back to another inspiring story told just for you, to help you learn English and understand the lives of people who have shaped our world. Today, we are going to tell the powerful, emotional, and dramatic life story of one of the most influential leaders in the world, President Xi Jinping, the leader of China. This is not just a political story. This is a human story, full of struggles, hopes, failures, comebacks, and triumphs. So sit back, relax, and let's begin. Chapter 1. The Son of a Revolutionary. Once upon a time, in the year 1953, a baby boy was born in Beijing, the capital city of China. His name was Xi Jinping. But this was not an ordinary baby. He was the son of Xi Jinping, a famous Chinese revolutionary and one of the founding leaders of the Communist Party. Xi Jinping was born into a powerful family. People respected his father. Their house was often filled with important guests, soldiers, politicians, and thinkers. As a child, Xi Jinping had dreams of becoming a soldier, just like the heroes he saw in his father's stories. But life had other plans. When Xi was just 9 years old, his world began to fall apart. His father was suddenly accused of crimes, removed from his powerful position, and sent away. This was during a very dark and dangerous time in China, the Cultural Revolution. Everything changed. His family went from being respected to being hated, from being rich to poor. People whispered behind their backs. Some friends disappeared. The young boy, who once dreamed of greatness, now had to hide his identity. Can you imagine? At such a young age, Xi Jinping had to face fear, shame, and rejection. Chapter 2. The Cave Life. Xi Jinping was now a child of a fallen official. To prove his loyalty to the country, he was sent to a poor village called Liangjiahe in the mountains of Shanxi province. There were no modern houses there, no electricity, no toilets, no clean water, just dust, stone, and silence. Xi Jinping was only 15 years old. He lived in a cave. Yes, a real cave carved into the side of a mountain. He slept on a hard bed made of bricks, worked in the fields every day, and carried heavy loads of coal and grain on his back. He was not accepted easily by the villagers at first. They called him the lazy city boy. He tried to escape once, but failed. But slowly, something began to change. Xi started to listen to the villagers. He worked harder. He helped solve problems. He dug a well to bring water to the village. He read books by the light of a simple oil lamp at night. The city boy was becoming something new, stronger, wiser, more patient. Years later, Xi Jinping would say, "It was in Liangjiahe that I truly understood the meaning of life." Chapter 3. The Climb. Begins. After 7 long years in the village, Xi Jinping was finally allowed to leave. He applied to join the Communist Party of China, not once, not twice, but 10 times. He was rejected again and again. People didn't trust him because of his father's past, but Xi never gave up. On his 11th try, he was finally accepted. He went on to study at Tsinghua University, one of the best universities in China. There, he studied chemical engineering. But he also read books on law, politics, and Marxist theory. Step by step, he began his political journey, not from the top, but from the very bottom. He worked in small towns and provinces, learning how real people lived and what problems they faced. He fixed broken roads, improved water systems, and helped local economies grow. He didn't live in luxury. He slept in simple beds and ate the same food as local people. And slowly, the people began to trust him. Chapter 4. Love, Loss, and Loyalty. As Xi Jinping climbed the political ladder, he also faced personal changes. In the early 1980s, he married his first wife, Kay Lingling, the daughter of a Chinese ambassador. But their relationship was troubled. She wanted to live overseas. He wanted to stay and serve China. In the end, they separated. This was a painful chapter in Xi's life. But like many things in his story, pain turned into strength. A few years later, Xi met Peng Liyuan, a famous singer and performer in China. She was already a household name, known for her voice and beauty. People were surprised when the quiet and serious Xi married someone so famous. But Peng Liyuan saw something different in Xi. She said he was humble, honest, and deeply committed to the country. Together, they had a daughter named Xi Mingse. Unlike many political families, they kept their daughter out of the public eye. Xi and Peng wanted to protect her and raise her away from the spotlight. Despite his growing power, Xi always seemed to believe in simplicity. He once said, "We must not forget where we came from." Even as he became a governor, then a party secretary, and later a national figure, he kept a low personal profile. He did not chase luxury. He did not boast. Instead, he worked quietly, moving from Fujian province to Zhejiang province, helping regions develop better economies, fight corruption, and improve lives. He built a reputation for being tough, disciplined, and focused on getting things done. Many people did not see him as someone who would one day lead all of China. But history had other plans. Chapter 5. The Rise to Power. By the mid-2000s, Xi Jinping had become a well-known figure within the Communist Party. He had served in multiple provinces. He had built a record of results, strong development, clean governance, and deep understanding of the people. In 2007, something important happened. Xi was chosen to join the Politburo Standing Committee, the top group of leaders in China. This was a powerful moment, but also a silent one. He did not make big speeches. He did not celebrate. He kept working. Then, in 2012, everything changed. At the 18th National Congress of the Communist Party, Xi Jinping was announced as the new General Secretary of the Communist Party of China, the most powerful position in the country. A few months later, in March 2013, he officially became the President of the People's Republic of China. Xi Jinping had climbed from a cave in a village to the highest office in the land. It was a moment full of emotion. Some saw him as a symbol of strength. Others wondered what kind of leader he would become. Xi gave a speech where he said, "The people's desire for a better life is what we shall fight for." He promised to fight corruption, improve the economy, build a Chinese dream, and restore China's greatness. But leading a country of 1.4 billion people is not easy. Xi Jinping would soon face some of the biggest challenges of his life. Chapter 6. Fighting Corruption, Facing the World. From the very beginning of his presidency, Xi Jinping focused on one big promise: clean up the government. China had been growing fast, building cities, factories, and highways. But behind the scenes, there was a problem: corruption. Many officials were taking bribes, abusing power, and ignoring the people. Xi launched a massive campaign. He called it Fighting Tigers and Flies, meaning he would punish both big and small corrupt officials. Powerful men fell. Generals were arrested. CEOs were investigated. Even top leaders in the Communist Party were brought down. Some people were shocked. Some were afraid. But many cheered. For the first time in years, ordinary citizens felt like someone was cleaning up the system. At the same time, Xi pushed for the Chinese dream, a vision of national pride, unity, and strength. He wanted to reduce poverty, grow the economy, and make China strong again on the world stage. Chapter 7. China on the global stage. Xi Jinping also turned China's eyes outward. He created a new project called the Belt and Road Initiative, a huge global plan to build roads, ports, railways, and trade links with countries across Asia, Africa, and Europe. It was one of the biggest international projects in human history. Through this, Xi hoped to make China a central player in world economics and diplomacy. He also increased China's influence at the United Nations, strengthened ties with Russia and Africa, and invested in technology, space, and military. But not everyone agreed with his actions. Some countries became worried about China's rise. There were trade tensions, especially with the United States. Xi faced criticism over human rights, media control, and freedom of speech. Still, Xi remained firm. He spoke of stability, strength, and national unity. Chapter 8. Challenges, Crises, and Control. In 2020, a crisis hit the world: COVID-19. The virus started in China, and it tested everything Xi Jinping had built. Cities were locked down. Hospitals were overwhelmed. The world watched China's every move. Xi led a fast and strict response, building hospitals in days, closing borders, and launching massive testing. He called it a people's war against the virus. Later, he focused on economic recovery and vaccine development. But questions remained. How did it all start? What lessons had been learned? During this time, Xi also made big changes. He removed presidential term limits, meaning he could stay in power beyond 2 terms. He spoke of national unity and protecting Chinese culture. He increased surveillance and tightened control over internet and speech. To supporters, Xi was a protector. To critics, he was too powerful. Final chapter: Legacy and the Future. Today, Xi Jinping remains the most powerful Chinese leader since Mao Zedong. From a cave-dwelling teenager to the president of the world's most populous nation, his journey is one of survival, strategy, and belief. He talks about common prosperity, self-reliance, and national rejuvenation. He leads with strength. He demands loyalty. And he continues to shape China's future. Will his vision lead China to greater peace and power? Or will challenges rise from within? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain: Xi Jinping's story is one of the most powerful and emotional tales of our time. Thank you for listening. Keep learning. Keep growing. See you in the next story.